Hey everybody, welcome back to Hit or Miss Hallmark Movie Reviews. Happy countdown to Christmas!
We're almost to the end.
Isn't that's kind of surreal considering I feel like we've been swimming in Hallmark and drowning.
Well, yeah. I haven't got ready for Christmas at all.
No, this has taken up most of our time. Anyway.
Today we are reviewing
Christmas with a Kiss,
starring Ronnie Rowe and Michelle Morgan.
Ronnie Rowe, well, we've seen him before.
Christmas Prince. Christmas Prince.
The Christmas Prince.
Christmas Prince. The Christmas Prince.
The Christmas Prince. The writers here are Maggie Bush, and she has no other Hallmark credits, but several other short series. And the other writer is Landry Edou. He's a seasoned actor and producer, but this is his first writing credit.
Oh, that's awesome. The director here is Roger M. Bob. Some other credits include The Holiday Stocking, A Christmas Stray, and Cooking Up Christmas.
Fun. So, what's this one about?
Mona returns home to help with her family's Christmas carnival, and romance ignites. Not with one, but two possible suitors, a photojournalist and an old high school flame. Surprise, surprise.
So, what do we think?
You know, as we said, we're pretty much at the halfway point of Countdown to Christmas.
We're way past that.
Yeah, maybe we're way past that, yeah. And if I was curating Countdown to Christmas, I would really start bringing in the heavy hitters. I would have already started bringing in the heavy hitters, but especially now, especially at this point, less and less duds would be showing up. But I guess that's not how things are going this year. Because I thought this was a dud. I thought it was not
Definitely,
great.
but I also think you're wrong about bringing out heavy hitters for December.
Why?
You're forgetting that the deeper we go into December, the less time people have to do anything else other
you
than
think that's
Christmas
their
shop.
rationale?
Yeah, of course. It's there's just less time the closer you get to Christmas. People have to Christmas shop, wrap, try to finish work for the year, and the double header weekend signals the end of the big ones, I think, every year.
And they do that because everyone's home.
Exactly.
Their Thanksgiving.
So there will be a few
Okay,
more gems, I'm sure, but I feel we may have already seen the best of the year.
Okay, I understand that rationale now. If that's what they're doing, if that's intentional, then
I assume.
fine. Well, with this one, we have the classic trope of small town girl living in New York City who returns home for the holidays, and she's got to choose whether to stay to help the family business, and she's got to choose whether to stay and help the family business or go back to her life in New York. Throw in, she needs to find some love for the holidays. Well, we have Formula City here.
That seems to be all she was doing. This character didn't do anything.
As we said before, it's fine to adhere to that. We're here for that. It's familiar, it's comfortable, it's cozy, whatever. But I think you have to throw in something even small, and I've said this before, that's fresh. Without that small, unique detail, all of these movies just become tirelessly the same, redundant, boring. And, maybe the love triangle thing here was kind of unexpected.
Yeah.
But the execution of that particular storyline just fell flat. There wasn't enough energy from anyone in this movie to make that storyline work, and everything was just kind of drab. I hate to say it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the character arc overall was pretty underdeveloped.
Yeah.
Our main character, she had nothing going on in the story other than a seemingly sex-crazed scavenger hunt to find an eligible, tall, dark, and handsome. Literally right after getting blindsided and broke up with in the intro.
I just thought overall the story was devoid of any kind of intrigue whatsoever. We know who she's gonna choose right from the beginning.
Yeah.
I will say that both men seemed equally fit to date. No huge red flags, at least not up front, not at the start. But, in the end, Des was not upfront about the initial article that he was supposedly writing. And Fletcher was kind of like this passive-aggressive child, and, he didn't share the same wants and desires for the future as Mona did. So, things don't work out, normal, nothing too crazy there.
Yeah, I have to say both guys were a little too good and too good for her, really. And there's no drama at all. The article thing at the end felt mega forced.
Yeah. I did, however, like Fletcher. He seemed to be the most interesting of the two men. He also had this million-watt smile, which
was
kind of nice.
What a beautiful smile.
Yeah. I think what's most upsetting here is I found it exhausting listening to Mona groan on and on about not finding a man, as if, that's the only thing that completes you as a person. And her mother was just as bad with her, pressuring her to find someone.
New mailman, Mona, he is so attractive. Mom.
Linda, the girl hasn't even stepped foot in the house. Give it a rest.
Look, maybe if everything else in your life is great and going well and perfect.
I think that's what they were setting up with her. Is like, oh, she's already set up. It's like now she just needs one man.
Then maybe it could be the only thing that's missing from your life, you know?
True.
But the way it was portrayed here made it seem like that's the only thing that makes life worth living. It's okay to be single. It's, not the end of the world. It's okay to be single at Christmas time.
Is it though?
Yes. I also found it really awkward listening to Mona again want a guy to ask her to a dance.
Yeah.
Like that she's in high school or something.
A little silly. I mean,
And then Fletcher he was played by Jamie M. Kalika. He actually flaked out, I think it was about 3 times, asking her like a child. He was having such a hard time asking her to the dance.
It was kind of like the Never Been Chris thing. That's what but less interesting.
Yes, and that was one of my nits in that movie too.
Well, I know, it's the same idea. But yeah, because they're reliving a high school thing, they kind of just go back into that.
I grew tired of that. Definitely.
It didn't work. I'm just saying I understand it.
In the end, I think she should have stayed single and been happy with herself first. Know that you don't need anyone to complete you, but of course, we're in Hallmark land, so that's a big no.
Of course.
Yeah, also Des. I thought he was pretty immature and petty. Not for the whole movie, but in a particular scene when it came to Mona. I don't think I've seen such an obvious or deliberate, I don't even know if I can say this.
Block. Yeah.
Okay, prevention of a kiss. Prevention of an almost kiss before.
Yeah.
It was so
It was actually
petty.
really funny. I laughed. He just literally, we gotta show the scene.
It was silly.
Like, Mona.
It was so silly. It was like, oh gosh,
I liked
really? Did he really do that?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I think this also lacked any kind of Christmas charm, Christmas magic, the kind of we love to see for a Christmas movie,
Yeah, it had the whole carnival thing, but they didn't really focus on it enough other than talking about it. It's like, this is important.
I wasn't swept away by the carnival. I wasn't engaged or enchanted by this carnival. And performances can usually save a lackluster story, but it didn't save this one. Not for me, no. But here's the thing, okay? I do want to mention, this movie wasn't trying to be anything that it clearly wasn't. It knew that it was a straight ahead, very trope heavy, very safe movie. I don't think it wanted to be a boring movie, but, whatever. It wasn't trying to be, for example, funny and it failed. It wasn't trying to be silly and it failed. So, what should get more respect? Trying and failing? Or playing it safe? I don't know. That's more introspective than we need to get here, but I'm just putting it out there. That's what I'm trying to battle with here. Catch Me If You Claus was trying to be so many things and failed. You know what I mean? And I hated that movie.
They equally failed. I would say this one's slightly better because it still felt like a Hallmark movie, just a boring one.
A boring one that fell flat.
On that note, let's get to performances.
Again here, the performances were fine.
Yeah, nobody was bad.
Lately we've been seeing a lot of uninspired performances in Hallmark. I mean, it's hard to be inspired with a lackluster story, I get it. With the exception of, the movies that were actually really great this year. There wasn't an issue in performances in those at all, but there also wasn't an issue in story. A lot of these characters just kind of blend into one another. You know what I mean? Nothing too distinguishing about anyone.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. But if I were to choose somebody, I'm going to choose Jamie here as Fletcher. Although I hated that he just walked off like a jealous baby when Mona was talking to Des. That was such a petty scene too. Yeah, at least it was something, something that stuck out, even if it was a bad quality. But I think he also redeemed himself during the breakup scene. He seemed to take it like an adult. He realized that they weren't on the same page. They want different futures.
He did take the present back though. He's like, all right, later.
That's kind of funny. Yeah.
And I liked him too a lot. And Ronnie Rowe did his awkward guy thing pretty solidly, even more so than,
I'm waiting to see him in a better role, in a better written, more compelling role.
Yeah? Well, wait
He's
for the
got
next
it
one.
in there.
I do like him.
I do like him too.
But my stand-up for this movie is actually Michelle Morgan.
Oh, really?
Although I hated her character.
I found her annoying.
Yeah, I did. She was playing but she was playing a character that was written pretty annoying, and she was playing her annoying. She was kind of sassy.
So yeah, she was kind of sassy, which I liked too.
Let's get to Nit Picky, Hit Picky.
Okay, Nit. They seemed to go out of their way to avoid the term influencer and instead using the, more respectful online and brand ambassador.
Yeah, influencer sounds bad now.
Her sister Erin, played by Janae Armagon, I believe her name is, she's the only one that actually calls her out and uses the term influencer, and it was only once throughout the whole movie, but that is essentially what she was. Anyway, I just thought it was a little nit detail that I wanted to point out.
Yep.
Okay, so another nit, but I don't know if this is a nit that kind of turns into a hit, because I just want to say something about the title. I've seen a lot of people online say that the title doesn't make any sense, has nothing to do with the story, so on and so forth. But in the end, this is why I think the title fits, is because the only guy that gets the kiss is the guy she chooses in the end, right?
Yeah.
And the kiss failed every single time with Fletcher.
The name made sense because there was like, you know, she was walking around this town looking for kisses basically, and it kept failing at it. And
but it was actually specifically about kissing too. Like there was a specific detail
But then it was
about
also
kissing.
Christmas with a mistletoe kiss at the end. So
Yes, and there you go. So
the
that's why I
whole
think
thing.
it does
Of course it made
fit.
sense. Or
Also,
did
I
people
think
even watch the movie?
I think I counted 4 failed almost kisses in this
Yeah.
one, which I think is the record.
Yeah, that's
So
big.
there you go. You got that.
Hit. This was filmed in Milton, Ontario, which is
Amazing.
quite literally next door to us. This is
Yeah.
probably the closest one has ever been filmed.
I
even
believe
closer
so.
than Hamilton.
Yeah, it's even closer than that. Yeah.
And they even kept the name of the town the same.
Yeah, I've actually seen this before in Holidays. I think the movie is called, with Jenny Garth.
Oh, yeah.
Where she loses her memory. They used the name Streetsville for the fictional town, and that's where it was actually filmed, in Streetsville, which is also very, very close by.
That's even closer.
Yeah, I like when they do that, actually.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
All right, well, we'll bring down the list.
Yeah. Christmas party or Christmas gathering? Yes.
Ice skating.
No. Tree decorating or picking out the perfect tree? Yes.
Santa.
No. I don't
That
think
wasn't-
there was a stuffed animal. Sorry, stuffed animal Santa? No, not a stuffed animal, but a stuffed toy Santa. Does that count?
No.
No. All right. A hot beverage?
Yes. Snowball fight or a snowman?
No. Christmas market. I'm saying yes here, although I'm not entirely sure if it was a proper market, but they were outside kind of looking around and shopping.
It
So
seems like it was.
yeah.
A Christmas Carol.
Yes. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
That was good to see that. A mistletoe kiss.
Yes.
Yes, right at the end,
Yeah.
as we said.
We knew that was happening because they talked about it in the intro.
And it was one of those huge mistletoes, those big ones,
Everybody kissed.
awkwardly big.
Character obsessed with Christmas.
No.
I didn't feel that.
Holiday tradition. Well, yes, we got the carnival. There's also, she was talking about this magic tree that you make 3 wishes to with her grandfather.
And then the
yeah.
quilting circle thing.
Quilting circle. Yeah, there's a few traditions here.
And wait, is it me?
Yeah.
And Christmas magic.
No.
Negatory.
So what's that?
7 out of 12.
It's not bad.
Phenomenal.
That's pretty good.
You know, it hit some things. I mean, there was a small town and it was a Christmas festival.
Well,
It's
as we
it's
said,
gonna-
this was so trope
it's
and
gonna do
formula
it.
heavy, right? So it's gonna hit most of them.
It felt like Hallmark, but it was bad, you know.
Yeah,
Or just not great.
not great.
Not
no,
good.
no.
Okay, you want to bring up the Christmas meter? There you go.
I am going to give Christmas with a Kiss 4 calling birds. That's not great, guys. That's not great.
And I'm going to give Christmas with a kiss 4 calling birds.
That's 2 4 calling birds in a row.
I mean, yeah,
These weren't great. The latest batch here weren't that great. Well, the latest 2 weren't great. But let us know what you guys thought about Christmas with a Kiss.
Where would it place on the Christmas meter for you?
Yeah, let us know in the comments below.
And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already.
Yeah, and we'll see you all very, very soon for the next review.
Until then,
Bye.
bye.